Hello, everyone. This is Lex and Bunch, and welcome to our podcast. This is our first time on air. It's our first time doing anything like this. I don't think we've, right? You haven't done anything like this before. You don't have any blog or
I have
YouTube
a
channel
blog
or
on
something. Yeah, you
YouTube.
do. Okay, then I'm wrong. But I don't think we've done something like this before, like a podcast or speaking
Now
publicly
you want to
about
start again, right?
random. No, no, this was my good take. We're going. You want me to start over?
As you want.
We're gonna keep going. You know what? Okay, so this is our first episode. As you can see, we're not professionals. Just this sucks already, but it doesn't matter. Because the reason this podcast exists is because we thought, how can we keep each other updated on what's happening in our lives? How can we include other people in it? This whole thing is just a project we've had on our minds for, I don't know, a couple of months now, and this is when it finally happens. So if you want to participate, we would love to have you here, and then we would love to receive your DMs, voice messages, anything actually would just be fine. We already have some voice messages from our friends. They answered some questions we had. We chose the perfect question for the perfect person. But you know what? You're free to give us any advice, topic you want us to talk about, input. We accept everything. So we started this podcast because we spent the last year together, like 60% of it, I think we spent it together. Maybe 50, I'm not sure, but we spent a lot of time together in the last year. And now we are far away. Punch, can I call you Carl? It's so weird to say Punch. Okay,
Yeah.
Punch. Punch lives in Northern Europe right now, and I am in Italy, so we are not close anymore physically, but we are close, I don't know, spiritually. And
Yes.
I'm just saying
With the heart.
anything, but we are very, very close, and this is another way for us to interact with each other and to keep each other entertained, I think would be the right term.
Yes. Yes, and we just want to try this. And talking about the gap year, and we want to talk a bit more about this in this first episode. So basically, as Lex already mentioned, we took a gap year in a way or the other. For example, for me, I don't. It wasn't like decision because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't taken a break until now, so I was like,
Your whole
maybe I
life, your
need,
whole life is just do,
yes,
do, do, and never stop.
maybe I need a break. So, and I want to decide like wisely and not just a random decision for my future. I think it's it's important to take a decision, and I didn't want to stress myself before. So that's why I took a gap year, and I think it was a very very good decision. And I really like it was not planned. Like I think that one of the good things about this gap year, it was not planned. I didn't plan much at
I
the
didn't plan
beginning. Yeah,
either. I get it. I get it. I wasn't planning on doing anything specific. I just thought I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna I'm gonna do
go with
nothing
the
and just go
vibe,
with the flow. Yeah.
go with the flow. So that's also like what I liked a lot about this gap year, because it was just relax. I didn't want
Was
to.
it though? Was it? Because our trips are never just relaxed, you know? So
There,
we traveled to different countries. We traveled a lot together.
yeah.
And we don't travel in a relaxed manner. It's very intense. It's not like I always love it, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
No, yeah, I never. It just remember I got like some flashback from Morocco, and I was like, we got back home, we were destroyed.
Yeah.
But like for me, I didn't have any health left. I needed like 1 week to recover at least.
I think Morocco was just because of the weather.
Yes, and the bleeding nose, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Carlotta had a problem, a big problem. Her nose got clogged, I think, right? It was clogged. And
yeah,
we realized what was clogging it was was blood. There was a lot of
Yeah.
blood. It was so weird. It was so uncomfortable for me to watch, so I cannot imagine for you to feel it. But, back to the gap
It's
year.
a interesting experience that we can talk another time about.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, going back to the gap year, I started in Uruguay, and I think that's when also like I think we started like we got closer together like with
I
that
mean, we
trip.
were
Like
already, I think we were pretty close, thinking back
yes,
on every group vacation we ever went on, you and I slept in the same bed. Uh, like, I don't know. I just feel very close to you because of the vibes. I
hmm
always have. The first time I met you, I thought, what does she want from me? You remember? I
yeah,
always thought
you
this.
did like
But it was 2014, was it? 14, right?
yes.
So it doesn't really matter. It's been 10 years at this point. Right? um,
Well,
10 years, incredible, incredible. So we've always been pretty close when we are close physically, I think, but we are not people that keep each other updated when we are far away. I'm not like that with anyone, actually. Very few people are there for me, even from
same.
far away. Yeah.
And yes, but I think like the different thing in like for example, I will tell you when you said that you were going to come and we will spend like 2 weeks. Or was it two or more
I
than two
stayed for a
weeks?
month.
No, you didn't stay 3 weeks.
It was three
Three
weeks and
or
a half.
20. And I
Three
was
weeks
like,
and a half, it's 1 month.
ah, and I was like, oh my god, am I ready for this? Are we going to are we going to hate each other at the end or not? No, but like as a joke, after the 3 weeks, we definitely like after the 3 weeks, nearly month. I think we definitely really
Interesting.
understood that. Yeah, we could do that. There was
Yeah, and I
we
think we had a lot of fun. We saw beautiful places. We lived synced, like we were doing the same thing at the same time. It never bothered me. We never had a fight.
yeah.
We always shared stuff. I don't share my clothes with people. I share my clothes with you. I have always done that. So, just saying. I don't know. I just shared everything with you. So, for some reason, I didn't find it frustrating or irritating in any way. I just loved it. Yeah.
No, no, it was so nice, and yeah, it was very nice, I think,
This
and
is just
yeah,
I can't believe
we
I
shared
never,
it.
this is just
It's
compliments
just
and
a love
compliments.
podcast for each other.
Okay, this is just an introduction, though. It's just an introduction. This
Yeah.
is the reason we're doing this. This is the reason we are doing this together, not just doing this, but doing this together. So, yeah, we took a gap year. Didn't plan on it. I didn't decide to do it because I wanted to travel. I decided to just take some time off. And actually, it was the best choice ever because I got to travel the world, meet a lot of people, spend so much time with you, which I loved. We went to Romania. We saw places I had never seen before. And I'm Romanian, but I didn't know much about my culture. Sometimes I feel like I'm out of it, and actually we got to experience that together and I loved it. I really loved it. Thank you for coming.
I know.
Thank you for hosting me in South America. It just feels like we don't know each other for some reason. We're never this kind to each other. Never, okay?
Yeah, never, never. It's just because of the screen. I don't know.
Okay.
No,
I
I'm
think
joking.
it's because it's
Uh,
late and we are relaxed, but otherwise you wouldn't get
yeah.
this from me.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. It's a cozy atmosphere.
You.
But yeah, I wanted to talk about the gap year because I also wanted to talk to then like living after a gap year.
Ooh,
Like the not like the worst part, not the worst part, but the
difficult.
also difficult part. I think that after like having a rhythm so relaxed, then getting back to a busy routine, it can be quite difficult and challenging, mostly at the beginning.
Yep.
And you need really to schedule the time very well, and maybe you forgot about it. And sometimes at the beginning, you don't feel you have like the time to take for yourself and just walk around or spend some time just
Did
chatting
you
with
have a
your friends.
breakdown? Did you have a breakdown? Because I in October I think I kind of went crazy for a week.
I think I
I
remember
just
that.
cried out of nowhere. I had some, yeah, not good
I don't
experience.
know. I maybe also had kind of
Yeah.
a
It was difficult because I had
breakdown.
just moved to the city again, and I left
Mm,
my sweet soft girl life because, sometimes I'm in the countryside with my parents and I love the vibe. I love being in the coziness of the countryside. So going back to the city was quite difficult at first. The noises, the people, you will always have something to do. And then I started my job. And so I had two jobs, right? And I had university and I just moved to the city, which is everything I'm doing right. I'm doing it right now, and I don't find it difficult because the more I do, the more I do. At first, though, it was really challenging. I thought, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to quit my job. I didn't know what I was doing, right? I was so scared.
yes, yes, I totally agree. I think that then you get back into the your habits and into the busy life, but at first it wow a lot. But I also think that that's nice to take a break sometime and looking at your life a bit farther away, because sometimes we get so like, okay, I need to do this and then we need to do this and that and you forget like where you're going on or
You're
what you
just doing
like
to
to do as
do and
well.
not because you
Yeah, just
actually have a
doing to
goal
do.
or you're going somewhere. But I had a breakdown. I think I had a mental breakdown also during my gap year. At first, I think it was December, and it was my first month of the gap year. And with my dad, we had this conversation, and I was crying. And I thought, I feel like I'm doing nothing, and he's such a sweet person. I love him. And he told me, if you do the math, you've been studying your whole life. He did the math. I don't remember. So, and he told me it's been a lot of years. Like, why do you even bother trying to find a job, or why do you feel so frustrated when it's actually a blessing that you get to do this and relax and enjoy your life and do nothing for a little while? Nobody's judging you, and if you feel like you're being judged, who cares, right? Like, you got this. You already have some achievements. You have a degree. You did it actually in the best way possible. So he was very proud of me, which I really appreciate because in the moment I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, right? And having somebody reminding you that you are where you're supposed to be is very, very important. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. It's very nice, and I totally agree. I also understand the feeling, but what am I doing now? I'm being useless, and I think that also like it got all it got to me because then I decided like the university and so on. But then it got to me when I came back, I think, from Uruguay, because I was like, okay, because there I like helped with the works,
I
my
remember
family
you
and so on.
you helped in the bakery.
Yes, yes. So like I had a job, I had kind of a routine, even if at the end it was more of a vacation. I still like had some many things to do. Then I came back and I faced the thing that what am I doing with my life then?
You know what?
Okay, I already applied.
Uh-huh.
I know, I don't know. I didn't know if you wanted to say
Yeah,
something.
I just wanted to say, like, you said you were a bit lost, right? And looking back, I think I was lost as well, but it was comforting to know that you were doing the same thing. I don't know if you ever felt like that.
Yes.
And I didn't
Yes.
feel like I was lost because you were doing the same thing I was doing, and somehow we were taking a break together. And for some reason, that was
Yeah.
comforting to me sometimes.
Yeah, it was also nice to share the time with you and like get to go to these places, because I don't think that I would have gone maybe to the waterfalls and to Buenos Aires and so on without you, and
Yeah.
also
Too scary.
after all the trips we did together. it was nicer. And also it's nice. It's nice. I also went on trip alone that I really enjoyed trying to go travel solo, but I also enjoy then traveling with you. So it's also nice to have someone to travel with that likes the same things and share and also I can talk to. We also talked a lot, I
Yes,
think, about our how we were feeling, and so that all helped us maybe as well. Maybe
a
also
lot.
that's why we didn't feel alone in that moment. And yes, and then but then like to be honest, even in that point when I was like, I don't know, I knew that everything was going to be like I didn't need more of a direction and so on. I just was also happy that I went back to Uruguay, and I was happy being there because I saw that everything was like many things changed. I mean, people went on with their lives and so on, but I felt the same, like, I don't know, cozy place. Like I felt at home again there. And so it was so nice and refreshing going there. And so it also gave me like the strength to then coming back. And then I was like, so many things change, but there are things that
Stay the
change, but
same.
in a way they stay the same.
It's the
So I
feeling
was
that stays
like,
the same, right?
yeah, that feels comforting sometimes, and it's like certainty, like facing all the certainty you have and the uncertainty. So it was so nice, like, and when I went back, I was like, yeah, now I need to do something, and so I also like found the job that I have now. So it was also good because I came back also with a more positive mindset that I knew that I wanted to do something, because like I felt like at least something I need. There is something I need to do. I will just try and try until
Hmm.
like there is something. And I was more motivated than when I finished university because I was, I think, tired.
Yeah,
So then I
definitely.
felt energetic again.
It was nice to have that time. I don't think we're ever gonna have that again in our time, in our life, or at least not immediately. I know it's sad, right? But if you think about it, we have jobs, right? We have university now, but we have jobs and we have things we want to do, plans. We have responsibilities. And when are we ever going to do that? Probably, you know what? We can do it in a year from now. But at the same time, it's not something you can do for the rest of your life. So it's nice that we got to experience that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. We also have to be realistic, and
Yeah.
I think that when you have the opportunity and the time, like, and everything, you should just try and if you can. So I think that
That's
also
it,
why I'm glad.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What? Yes.
Sorry, I think there's a delay, but it doesn't matter. So
Okay.
this was it. This is the reason we're doing the podcast. This is a little bit of us. From now on, it will be a bit different. We're gonna discuss different topics, but this was just a little introduction. I hope we're gonna see you back here soon. As we said, send us your DMs, send us messages, voice messages, anything you want. We're gonna try to reply. We're gonna try to include every idea into the podcast. It's a little project we have for our free time, so we're not taking it too seriously. I hope you don't either. So any idea is welcome here.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Bye.
Bye.